Today here in studio, we have one of the top investors of the Greater Arlington Chamber of Commerce, the University of Texas at Arlington, specifically the College of Business, and not just anyone. We have their dean, Mr. Harry Dombroski. Harry, thank you for sitting in with us today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So how long have you been at UTA now in your current position?
In the current position, just over 7 years.
7 years. But you actually were a student at UTA back in the
Yeah, I
day.
was a student. I graduated in 1979 with a degree in accounting. And I've been involved with the university since about 2007. I started reaching back out to the university, and I served on the Business Advisory Council as well as the President's Advisory Council. And then 2018, I was lucky enough to become dean.
And they were lucky enough to get you.
Well,
I'll put that out there as well. You know, as long as we're throwing numbers around with when you were there, how long have you been there? What special meaning does the number 60 have to the UTA College of Business this year?
Well, it's our 60th anniversary. We were formed back in 1965. So we've been having a whole year celebration for our 60th. We've had our first ever alumni reunion just lately over at the Levitt Pavilion, which was well attended. And then we've reinstituted our alumni awards this year. We're having a brand new Hall of Fame, which is really interesting inaugural class coming in, and our alumni awards. And we're having a big celebration on October 24th actually at the Lowe's Hotel.
Well, as an alumni myself, I better check my mail. I might be up for an award, not even know it.
You could be.
Well, in conjunction with that, there's always something new going on at the College of Business. You have some new degree programs available right now.
One of the things that you always have to do, and I'm learning this because this wasn't my background, when you're at a university or a college, you have to meet the needs of the workforce, and you have to meet the needs of the students. So we're always trying to reinvent ourselves. We recently offered a new degree in HR management, but upcoming we have a degree, a bachelor's of arts in hospitality, a bachelor's of arts in hospitality, and a bachelor of science in hospitality. And that's a reflection of all the growth we have in the Arlington Entertainment District with all the hospitality type events coming to Arlington. So we're doing that, and we're having another degree in entrepreneurship that we'll be offering. And then we're offering a banking certificate this fall. So there's a lot going on.
Well, I want to touch back on the hospitality side of that because that is so timely. I mean, you can't stress enough with everything going on with the entertainment district and everything else. It's just a natural fit. And we're always looking for ways, in the UTA, all the schools at UTA, particularly the College of Business, are so good in putting out students that we can keep here in the workforce in Arlington. And that hospitality degree is going to add to that tremendously.
Oh, yeah. And hospitality, it's an industry all to itself. It's not a discipline like accounting or marketing or information system. It's its own industry. So that makes some challenges for what we're going to be able to offer, but it's going to be a great degree for a lot of students, and they're going to be able to go right down the street, if you will, to get really good paying jobs. So we're really excited about that, and we've had tremendous support from the community. People have rallied around. We've brought in groups together to say, what do you need from this program? And so we find out from the industry what they need from our students, and then we tailor the degree program to meet those needs.
You know, we're going to touch on this later, but one of the terms that I was reviewing before you came in today was your readiness for experiential learning. That's exactly what you're talking about.
Exactly. It's so important for students to be able to learn outside the classroom and learn from the real world perspective how it really works. Because as you know, and I know, the theory we learned in school was great, but when you get out in the real world, it's different. So that's an important part of learning.
And it'll be a huge part. But again, it just continues what the contributions that UTA make to the entire economic engine that is Arlington. That's just going to crank it up an entire another level.
Oh yeah, I moved to Arlington in 1965 when UTA was Arlington State College, and it's always been an integral part of the economy within not only Arlington but in the North Texas area. And I like to say that these large regional universities like UTA are the real backbone of higher education. You know, we're if you will, the heart, the mules, if you will, of making sure people who are looking for degrees, that we provide them the flexibility they need. And then we in turn provide what we consider transformable educational experience for our students that truly transforms their lives. So, you know, our campus and our school is as busy at 8 in the morning as it is at 8 in the evening. And that's an important part of our mission and what we do.
Another important part, and you touched on it earlier with the new degree programs coming out, you're always staying up to speed with the really cool things going on. AI these days is a big thing. Everybody's into AI. Is it just a fad, or has UTA embraced it?
Oh, we've embraced it. We have to. And, you get a lot of concern about, well, students are going to use it just to cheat. But it's just like any other tool, whether it's the calculator or the computer before that. Students are going to be expected to know how to utilize AI when they graduate. So it's incumbent upon us to teach them how to utilize it and utilize it ethically, making sure they're using it the right way. And I try to remind people it's not artificial intelligence yet. It's really a really big guessing machine, but it's really good at guessing. But it's not really thinking. You still have to provide the thinking part. If you don't have an idea in your mind of what you're looking for, you'll probably go down wrong paths using AI. So the human element will always be important. So, and that's what we're stressing to our students. But at the same time, they need to know how to use the tool so they can be more productive when they get in the workplace.
Absolutely. And going back to the whole workforce readiness that is so important and to keep Arlington vibrant.
Right.
UTA is the institution that it is, puts out so many great students, a lot of huge international student base, but we want to keep as many of them as we can here in Arlington, so everybody has to work together.
Yeah, exactly. And, historically, UTA and the College of Business, our alumni stay here. I mean, they are largely, probably 80+% stay in the metroplex.
Here's one.
Yep. And me too. So, and why would you leave? This is such a dynamic place to leave. This is a wonderful place to grow up. And you have so many business opportunities when you leave school. I don't know. I mean, it's a great destination for an education.
A part of that is the focus that you and others within the School of Business, College of Business, put into career readiness. Don't just get that piece of paper to hang on the wall. Get ready to go out and invest.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time and effort on career readiness, making sure our students have a nice handoff between going to college, graduating, and getting a job. We meet a lot with a lot of employers, making sure they know what they're looking for in students. We bring those employers to campus. We have a lot of internships available for our students. So we do a lot, and we actually started what we call a career readiness protocol, where we're constantly talking to students about what they need to get the job they want. And we started a thing called Meet the Majors for incoming freshmen, and all my department chairs, I make them dress up in Ranger gear.
Nice.
And they pitch their major to the students coming in. So it's kind of a reverse pitch competition where the professors are pitching to the students. And we make light of it, and we can make fun of each other a little bit while we're doing it. But the real meaning behind that is the job you want, it starts today. You have to start preparing for that job the day you walk in as a freshman, because if you wait till you're a senior, it's too late. So we constantly remind our students what they need to be doing, and kind of tying artificial intelligence back. One of the things we did, and we pioneered this, we acquired a software package called VMOC. It's a resume writing artificial intelligence software where our students can submit their resume into VMOC, and it grades it and tells it what they're doing wrong and what they need to add. And they can go through several iterations to get a much better resume. And we've been doing that for 6 years now. So we've been working with artificial intelligence for a while now.
The whole time you were just talking, there's a lot of colleges around the country, football factories, if I may. And here's where I'm going on this. And they're known to, their football programs are able to put people into the professional ranks of football.
Right.
In its own way, UTA, through the School of Business, is able to do things to put people into the workforce, and it gets that reputation. I would have to think people say, wait a minute, I'm going to UTA because look at their track record.
Well, you see that, and by the way, we're undefeated in football since 1985.
Right.
But what people come to us, and one of the things they love about our students, so we hear this all the time, is not all our students meet all the other needs they have, but our students have grit. And our students don't have to be told you need to stay later. When you've been working a job or 2 jobs and going to school, working past 5 o'clock is not a big barrier.
It's a standard.
And no matter who you talk to, when they talk about UTA graduates, College of Business graduates, they talk about the grit and how hard our students work. And that's been true forever.
As we sit here in the chamber in Dave Sargent Studios, um, I'm sitting here with one of the most active members of the chamber, one of the biggest partners that we have, the entire University of Texas Arlington, and of course, the College of Business. And I need to ask you this: how do you feel membership in the chamber helps to contribute to the success of UTA?
Well, I've always felt very strongly as pretty much growing up here that it's essential that the college, the university, and the city and the chamber work together, and work hand in glove, if you will. And working through the chamber, working with Michael and the staff there, and working with all the various businesses, I've made so many great friends. And even though I grew up here, I didn't know many of them, but I made so many great friends working through the chamber, being able to work through things, getting input from them, getting advice from them, talking to them about things that we can do for them. It's been a great relationship. I'm so happy to be part of the chamber, and we try to do more and more because Michael Small's group dinners that bring people together in a little more intimate setting where we can really exchange ideas and really get into deep conversation. They're so good, I stole the concept, and I do it now with my advisory council.
Good for you.
You know,
Well, there's a relatively good chance that that concept came from somewhere else before we used it.
Probably I'll steal anything from anybody, but I will give them credit for it.
Well, we appreciate that, but even more so, we appreciate the relationship, the long-time relationship
Thank you.
with UTA and the chamber, and with you through UTA with the chamber. We appreciate you coming in here today with us. Keep doing what you're doing, and I personally am very excited about that hospitality degree. Who knows if it was around back when I was at UTA?
Hey, there's no time limit. You can come back and get a master's in hospitality, or
I could do that. I still have some academic eligibility left, and I'm just going to leave that right there. Harry, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate all you do.
Thank you much. Hey, folks, UTA College of Business, one of the great members of the chamber, but they're so much more than a member. They're a partner, not just with the chamber, but with the entire Arlington community. We're grateful for them, and we're grateful for you. We'll catch you next time. Take care.